Hello everyone, welcome back. So it's a overcast, a little bit chilly, breezy day today, and it's time to start moving some plants on. And that's partly because I'm running out of space, but also weather's not too bad, it's not too cold. It's going to get colder next week, so bear that in mind if you're going to be planting stuff out, etc. I think here in Shropshire, I think it's next Wednesday or Thursday, we're going to get down to 4 degrees one of the nights. So just bear that in mind. I'll probably be protecting some stuff that I plant out with some fleece. And I think what I'm going to do is plant out some of the Brassicas, not all of them. Some I'm going to put on and some I'm going to plant out. And there's two reasons for that. One, I want to make some space to move other things on, but also I'm hedging my bets, you know. I don't want to put everything out and then risk losing it all, so I'll hold some of it back. And in particular the calabrese, because some of the calabrese is getting really leggy in this cold frame. So if we take that one as an example, and that's big enough to be potted on or planted out. We've got some roots just starting to show at the bottom. So I'm going to go through these, pull some out that I'm going to plant out and do that first, because then that will leave some spare pots to move some other stuff on, and I'll bring you back when I know what ones I'm going to plant out, and we'll get that done. Okay, so these are calabrese, and I'm going to put these at the northern end of the bed because they grow taller than the other stuff like the cauliflower, and if I put them at the northern end of the bed they won't shade the things that are at the southern end of the bed. I'm going to put 2 rows. Now this way they're going to be about 16 inches or so apart. If you can space them out a bit further than that, brilliant. If not, don't worry about it too much. And then a bit further apart this way, so probably 20 inches or something in rows that way. And as they grow they will push up the netting, and I'll release the netting as they get taller, and in the end it will be the plants themselves holding the netting up, not this structure. So I'm just going to dig a hole. Now I have prepared this bed already. I've really sort of compressed the soil. I've done the gardener's shuffle all over it. It's had homemade compost on it and looking pretty good actually. If you didn't see how I built this structure and prepared the bed, I'll put a link to that video in the description. Now I've got to be careful obviously with my hand and how I do this, but that's a tidy looking root system, to be fair. Now because they're leggy, I'm going to plant these a lot deeper than they were. Don't worry if you bury in the lower leaves. And I'll just have to take my time because I can't use both hands, so and there we go. First Brassicas of the year in the ground. So we'll do this one. And if you're planting things closer together than the recommended distances, it just means that you're going to get smaller crops. It doesn't mean it's going to be a complete failure. But I did this sort of spacing last year and it worked really well. said, it's going to get colder in the week, so these are going to get covered with the netting, and then in the week I will come out and put some fleece over the netting as well. And this netting does actually offer some frost protection because the holes are so small. The moisture seems to collect in the holes and freeze on the netting. It doesn't get through to the plants. But from a warmth point of view, I will add some fleece over the top as well, so it'll be double insulated. So I'm going to go along and get these in, and I'll bring it back for the next lot. So that's 8 calabrese in the ground. The next crop I've got is cauliflower, and I've got 6 of those. So I'm going to get those in, and I'm just going to carry on the same spacing. And it's the same as the calabrese in that you just plant them deeper. If they're leggy, they don't have a problem with that. Everything's a bit harder with my hand the way it is, but try and firm them down well. Calabrese, cauliflower, all the brassicas like firm soil. Bees interested in me. Well, so next I'm going to plant out red calabrese cabbage in these next bits. Rid of a few weeds, and again exactly the same process, same spacings, and plant them deeper if need be. A lot of worms in this ground, aware of, because I've put all my homemade compost on it. They're all here, taking it down into the soil, improving the ground for me. And this is all clay. You can can see, it's all pretty clayey. And we do have a live tomorrow night, 7:30, all about difficult growing conditions, clay being one of them. And come along, join in, share your experience, share your knowledge with everybody, and we'll talk about difficult grounds and sites to grow in. This is taking so much longer than it would normally because of my hand, but it is what it is. Got to get stuff done, and I've got so much potting on and pricking out to do, which I'll be getting on with after this, although I don't think I'm going to get it all done today. I think I'll be back at it tomorrow. When you plant these brassicas, try not to have any soil clumps up the plant. Just makes it that little bit easier for slugs. So that is now 8 calabrese, 6 cauliflower and 6 red cabbage, and I've got space for about another 6 plants at that spacing. So I think what I'm going to do is put some kale down at this end. Put 6 kale plants in, so yeah, I'll go and get those. I think actually I could get a few more in. I might put a bit of spinach down here as well. And I might put the kale a little bit closer together at the back, and then put some spinach at the front. So there we go, guys. We've got 8 calabrese, 6 cauliflower, 6 red cabbage, 6 kale and 4 spinach, all in this bed. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. Obviously all I've really done is feed the slugs, I think, but some of them will make it, I'm sure, and I will be out here keeping a very, very close eye on it, on the beer traps, and with a torch on a night hunting the slugs. So all that remains for me to do now is put the netting over. Cabbage white isn't really around at this time of the year, but good to get it over, give them some protection from the wind as well, because you can see they're getting blown around a bit, and a little bit protection from frost. And as I said, later in the week I'll come out and put some fleece over these as well as the netting on the cooler nights. So there we go. Hope you've enjoyed that little video on me planting out some brassicas and some spinach and what have you. And it's nice to get some plants in the ground. And these were started from seed in February, so not done too bad really. That cold frame has really helped bring things on. I'll come out, put some fleece over this structure as it is now. Probably Tuesday night. I think it's Wednesday we're going to get down pretty cold. Although they're hardy plants, you know, these things will grow through the winter, as long as it's not too cold. But giving them that extra bit of warmth does help to bring them on, because a really cold temperature can kind of not stop the growth but really slow it down. And so by keeping them a bit warmer, that really helps. And it's protection from the wind, the cold wind and what have you. And even with this netting on, you can see they're not being blown around quite so much now. So thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it the thumbs up. That really does help the channel. And if you haven't subscribed yet and you like this sort of content, then please do. And I'll see you on the next one. Cheers.